our 2015 Charlotte Post Best Educator of the Year. Please welcome her.
She left one word out, and that is the proud superintendent of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. And who couldn't be proud seeing two of our amazing students, Kelsey and Brianna, who so much represent the class of 2016 and so many of the students. And while I don't pretend to speak for the adults in this room, I know on the heels of a most challenging month, it gives all of us hope to see two of you and knowing there are many others in the class of 2016 that are going to do great things and come back to Charlotte and become the leaders of our community. So to Kelsey and Brianna, congratulations on an incredible journey thus far in terms of your education, and we look forward to hearing more about your journey in the coming years. So it's a great privilege for me to have the opportunity to pass the torch, as Gerald described it to me in an email, to an educator that I have worked shoulder to shoulder with in a variety of capacities as a high school principal, working to get many of my students onto Central Piedmont and to careers that many of them enjoy great success in today. As the chief academic officer, as we imagined what could be possible for many of our high school students while they were in high school, and now as the superintendent, where I'm proud to say that we have 3 high schools on 3 of the 6 Central Piedmont Community College campuses. And Tony, I have a commitment and a pledge to you that we'll have 6 high schools before we're all said and done and continue to grow as Central Piedmont grows. But I can think of no more appropriate recipient of the Educator of the Year torch than this year's winner. Dr. Tony Zeiss has been an active and activist educator in our community since 1992, when he became the 3rd president of Central Piedmont Community College. In his 24 years as president, Dr. Zeiss has overseen steady expansion of CPCC, an expansion that has been a constant in the college's 53-year history. The growth of CPCC has matched the growth of Mecklenburg County and Charlotte. And under Dr. Zeiss's leadership, the college has kept up not only with an ever-increasing number of students, but an ever-changing portfolio of needs. Those needs and the characteristics of our society at large have changed a lot. Think back for a moment in 1992, when Tony started his leadership journey at Central Piedmont. The average cost of a new house was $122,000. Gas was just $1 a gallon. Portable phones then, known as satellite phones or sat phones, weighed about 10 pounds and didn't have touch screens. Prince Charles and Prince Diana announced their separation. How much has changed since then? And through it all, through the rise of technology that fits in your hand, the growth of virtual classrooms, the need for technology-literate workforce, Dr. Zeiss has led Central Piedmont Community College with a steadfast clarity of vision. His leadership has kept CPCC relevant and remarkable. During his tenure, the college has grown from 1 campus to 6. It has also become a national leader in workforce development. In these ways, Dr. Zeiss has strengthened our community's educational landscape. He has also helped us grow the regional economy and maintain stability by making sure that CPCC provides the educated workforce that we all require. Dr. Zeiss is also a scholar in his own right, a published author and a leader in national education affairs. He has given generously of his time, his energy, and we would all like to know what vitamin it is that Tony Zeiss takes, because his energy knows no limits. And he has been a treasure to both Charlotte and Mecklenburg County for nearly a quarter of a century. As one educator to another, I salute Tony for his lasting legacy in our community. Congratulations on being the Charlotte Post 2016 Educator of the Year.
Thank you so much. And also with remarks, before we bring up our Educator of the Year, I'd like to welcome the CPCC Board Chair, Mr. Edwin Dalrymple, Jr.
Thank you very much. I've been associated with CPCC for, I can't remember how long, both the foundation and the Board of Trustees. And I can truly say that I've never met an individual with Tony's qualities. Tony does work, I don't know how he gets more than 24 hours in a day, but he does get 24 hours, more than 24 hours out of a day. As Ann said, Tony's going to soon be retiring at the end of this year. We're going to really miss Tony. Going to miss Beth, too, by the way. Tony does so much, as Ann was saying, Tony's done so much for the college, has done so much for the community. He's grown the college such that we now have 6 campuses and educate over 70,000 students every year, which is a really mind-boggling number when you think about it. And we are, people say that we are a leader in workforce development. I think those around the community who have worked with Tony would say that CPCC is the model for workforce development in the United States. Tony has authored or co-authored several books on economic development, adult literacy, national workforce development, and the Civil War. His most recent publications include 4 books on creating high-performance employees, a book on community college leadership, a tribute to John Montgomery Belk, a novel on the Revolutionary War, and 2 articles about the interdependence of community prosperity and student success. He has spearheaded work with the Global Vision Leaders Group and the Charlotte Regional Collaborative for a Global Economy to aid in building the Charlotte-Mecklenburg region as a global hub of commerce. CPCC is responding to the region's emerging global and economic needs to contribute to the global vision. Dr. Zeiss is often heard on WBT as part of the Going Global series. Dr. Zeiss serves on several local, regional, and national boards, including Leadership NC and Novant Healthcare Southern Piedmont region. In addition, he's the chair of the Trail of History Committee. The Trail of History is an initiative designed to recapture and preserve the significance of key people who contributed to the history, growth, and development of Mecklenburg County through bronze statues along the Little Sugar Creek Greenway. You can see those statues if you go down there. Dr. Zeiss and his wife Beth have 2 sons, a daughter-in-law, and 2 grandchildren. We're here tonight to celebrate his work as the Charlotte Post Educator of the Year. I present to you Dr. Tony Zeiss. Tony.
As Dr. Zeiss comes forward, please watch this video.
I had to decide what sort of an occupation I was going to go into, and it came down to preacher, teacher, or politician. And I really thought I wanted to be a politician. And then I would waver and think, no, I could do more good for others if I was a preacher. And then I finally decided I could really do the most good as a teacher. And so that's how I went into education. I was one of 8 children in Indiana, and I grew up just north of Indianapolis in a little community called Arcadia, Indiana, in Hamilton County. And so we didn't really know that we were poor because everybody else around us was in the same boat. My parents always valued education. Now, neither of them went to college, but they knew the importance of education. And so that's where I think I got my first sense that education was a pretty important thing. I was the president of Pueblo Community College for 7.5 or 8 years and got recruited to Central Piedmont. Greatest blessing of my career was to get to come here and mature with the college and grow with the college and grow with this wonderful community that we live in. As the Workforce Development College, we want to make sure that our students have work to go to when they graduate, right?
1, 2, 3.
You know, the thing that I think he does the best is create partnerships. He go out, talk to corporations and business about their needs, and he's able to customize the programming at CPCC to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the workforce.
And I love community colleges because I taught at the university level, I taught at the high school level, but when I taught at community college, that was for me because I felt like more good was being done for more people, and for people like me that started with nothing to speak of materially, and it gives them hope and an opportunity to achieve the American dream. Oh, it's great. I got an email. It's over in my computer right now from a young lady.
My name is Christy Bucket, and I attended Central Piedmont from August of 2009 until May of 2012. Well, when I first came to CPCC, I was a very broken person.
She said I was a cocaine addict.
I was a survivor of a really horrible domestic violence relationship.
And I lost everything, including my family, including my children, my job.
And so I came with nothing, and I left with everything.
And now she's kicked her addiction. She's gotten her life back.
So Dr. Zeiss and CPCC provided an environment for me to grow and to restore what I had lost.
And when you get something like that, you know what you're doing is making a difference.
Things together. This is dated June 12, 1875. It was given to John Williams.
Yes, I love history, and Charlotte is full of great history, particularly with the Revolutionary War.
And James Jack,
If you've seen that at King's and 4th Street. Maybe the most important lesson I've learned is that, one, most everybody's doing the best they can. Two, don't get too concerned about what might happen, because most of those things don't happen. And three, when you get a hot issue, treat it like a hot potato. Put it over there and let it cool for a while before you react to it. And so little lessons like that, my father used to teach me. Remember, Tony, he says, measure twice, cut once. Just those little things really do have a lot of wisdom to them, and they help you along the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Educator of the Year, Dr. Zeiss of CPCC.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Jack Brayboy, you did a great job on that video, except I looked too old in that video. And where'd you get those pictures of my, those little pictures when I was a kid? It must have been my wife, Beth. And Christy, are you here, the student we just saw on TV? Are you here, Christy? Where are you? Give her a round of applause. That's what it's all about. My wife and I chose years ago to go into education, and we've been in it all our lives. What a God-given privilege it has been. And to live in Charlotte is a double dose. It's a double privilege. Work with great people like I see right here, all of you. Thank you. I see the mayor. I saw Charlie Danley. I see Harvey Gant, my mentor, all kinds of wonderful people. Harold Cogdell down here. You all are wonderful, and this is a wonderful community. And I want you to know that the Apostle Paul said in his letter to the Ephesians, he said, you know, you want to know what your purpose is? Your purpose is to do good works. We were made to do good works. Isn't that it? And that's what, if we all continue to do that, it's going to continue to be a wonderful community. We're going to be a better community tomorrow than we are today, certainly. As a matter of fact, Central Piedmont, we've been talking about all that's been going on for the last 2 weeks. It's on everybody's mind. And we can't do everything at the college, but we can do a few things better. And that is to reach down into the high schools and get those children of poverty and give them a chance and give them a hope. We're starting a new scholarship program. It's called Opportunity Scholarships. We want to give them full rides through college. We'll say, but you've got to stay through high school first and graduate, and then you come with us. Well, it's the same thing with Charlotte Post. If the Charlotte Post Foundation, you know what, I was thinking about that same verse. You're doing good works. I don't know where you are, Gerald. It's so bright up here. Where are you, Gerald? Oh, God bless you, Gerald Johnson. Give him a round of applause. You're a wonderful guy. Thank you, Ann. We've got great partnerships with CMS. Thank you, Ed, for that's the kindest thing you've said about me. I would have been asking for a raise if I knew you thought that much about me. I want to thank Judy Allison and her husband are here. Judy's on the board. Wilhelmina Rembrandt is on the board. I saw Darrell Williams. He just rolled off of the board. And my staff, David Kim and his wife, and Marcia Constant and her husband. Thank you, everybody. I think we're probably in trouble now because I'll forget somebody, but thanks a lot. God bless.
Dr.